What's up, guys? This is Damnation-n-Hellfire. You may know me from my popular Battle Pirates stream. Just kidding. And what? There we go. Haha, I got my mute button. And with me, are my partners in crime. We got RB. Say hello. There you go. And we got Toxic.
G'day everyone, how are we going?
So today we are going to stream a little bit of a different game for you. We're gonna show you Game of Thrones Winter is Coming. We're gonna show you from the very beginning start walkthrough of it, and we're gonna see how far we can get in this game in about an hour. I know I've been playing it for probably, I don't know, like coming up on 3 weeks now. RB, you're probably a little bit longer, and Toxic, you're a little bit less, I think.
Yeah, I'm about a week behind you, I think, or thereabouts.
Yeah, and I think I started a couple of days before you, but you're ahead of me. So yeah, we're all kind of at slightly different levels at the moment. So
yeah, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start some screen sharing. I started an alt account just so I could, show everybody from pretty much the very beginning. So let me go ahead and start screen sharing that. All right. So in the very beginning, you don't have a whole, I was going to say you don't have a whole lot of freedom on what you can do in the beginning, but let's be honest, in the very beginning, you have zero freedom on what you can do. It pretty much walks you through the exact beginning steps you got to take. So now we're going and we're building a barracks. This is obviously where we will be training troops and stuff as we progress. Next thing, she's going to tell us to go ahead and train some new troops. So we'll click on our barracks, click over here, train, and we'll click the troops, which in this case, she's making us do light bowman. So we'll hit train. And you just keep clicking to continue where it says click to continue. You'll use a little speed up. Unlike some other games, these guys are actually pretty generous with giving out speed ups, I have to say. So you don't have to really necessarily hoard them like you do in some other games. So now we're going to start upgrading our castle. This is something you always want to be upgrading, in my opinion, for as often as you can. So we've now upgraded our castle to level 2.
are you able to put it in full screen? It might be a bit.
I can't yet. I can't yet.
Okay. Yeah.
Because when you're in this little tutorial thing, and there's literally can only click where they're telling you to click.
Yep.
Nope, I still can. So now that she wants us to come down and fight these guys, so the first thing we have to do is scout them to see what their forces comprise of. Over here, we'll tell you how many troops they have. They have like 30 light cavalry, 30 light bowmen, 30 light infantry, and 100 light spearmen. And this tells you also their defenses. Their walls have an 800 strength, and they have 10 of each of the 3 different kind of defenses: wooden spikes, falling rocks, and sentry towers. So obviously, as she said, this army is much too powerful for us right now, as we only have 40 troops total. But that was the quest. We just had to go scout it. So now we can claim our reward for this quest. As you can see, we get experience. We get diamonds, which are probably the most important currency in this game, which we'll talk about later. You get a 60-minute generic speed up. You get 2 15-minute research speed ups. You get 2 15-minute troop training speed ups, and then some other miscellaneous things there. Oh, sorry, wait, that's actually, never mind. That's for when you do the whole chapter. Up here is what you get, and you're just going to get experience. My bad. I'm such a great this is how you play guy. I'm confusing people already, right? So now we're going to train some more troops. Again, this is all just basically the stuff that you have to do. This is your tutorial walkthrough. There's not a whole lot of At this point, you can't go wrong because it doesn't let you do anything than what it tells you. All right, so now we're going to click back down here, and we're going to attack these guys. So first you're going to come up here, and you just hit the auto select button, and that'll fill out what commander you're going to use. And then you're going to put the slider the whole way over. Or you can just auto select. You can do either way. And that'll select all your guys. And then you just hit the attack button. And the battle has gone through. And as you can see, I have totally annihilated the rebel leaders. And then it'll show you a little thing here with their health bar going down. And suddenly that big fort has disappeared. So the first thing she wants us to do now is build a farmland. So important to note, this will be the only farm that you need to build your entire time of playing this game. The only time you ever need food is to make new troops. You don't need an upkeep for food, which I think was kind of smart of them because I played a lot of games similar to this. And food becomes a problem because eventually your army gets so big that there's no possible way that you could make enough food to upkeep it. So I think they did a really good thing with making upkeep not a part of this game. And you two can feel free to chime in at any point in time.
Yeah, as far as tutorials go, I mean, there's a fair bit of clicking, but having said that, it's a pretty good and clear tutorial for starting a game.
So I completed chapter 1 by doing all that stuff she told me to do, and now we're on to chapter 2. So now we're upgrading our castle again. And then we're going to speed that up.
You certainly get a kind of speed ups too.
Yeah, so we have now unlocked our hospital. This is where, as our troops get wounded, obviously this is where they will come to get themselves healed. And now we've collected the quest. We've completed the quest to upgrade the castle, so we can claim our experience reward there. Oh, now we have leveled up. So yeah, this is where you'll get your first lord. That's not your primary one that you get to start. But Varys, if I log back in tomorrow, I'll get this lord for free. And then I can do things in the game to upgrade him and whatnot. We'll talk more about that as we go. So now, since I've leveled up, I can go up here. I can click on my portrait for my guy, and I can spend his talent points. You always, when you're first starting, you always want to spend your talent points on the right-hand side. I know everybody's anxious. They're like, oh, I want to spend it all on battle stuff. I want to spend it all on battle stuff. But no, you want to make sure you put it in your production talents first, because you need to get down here to where it says, you need to get down here to where you have your construction speed upgrades and your research speed upgrades. Because if not, you're going to spend tons and tons and tons of time for your researches to get done. So obviously you have to unlock all your tiers that come before that. So I'll just go through and I will upgrade until I unlock the tier underneath of it. As soon as I unlock the tier underneath of it, I'll spend some points there until I proceed down the tree, getting to where I'm trying to go.
Can I just chime in there for a sec?
Sure.
On that tree that you just had up, if you
tree?
Yeah, the upgrade tree there. If you click on any of the tiers below that are still locked, it will actually tell you how many of the previous you need to unlock that.
Correct.
So you don't have to go the full circle. You just have to have enough to go to the next one, and then to the next one, and then research the one like the construction speed and the research speed as you get there.
Correct.
So you don't waste any.
What I do is I just click until I see the one underneath light up, and then as soon as I see it light up, I know to stop clicking.
Yeah, well, that way, yeah.
All right, so now that we've gotten to where we can actually click around and do kind of some of our own stuff, now I can go full screen. Although it's funny because the first thing I'm going to do is take us out of full screen, because immediately you can like them on Facebook, and you'll get free diamonds for doing that. If it'll take me there. Maybe I have to exit full screen for that to work. Yeah, I had to exit full screen for that to work.
Yeah, I just thought for people watching later and, you know.
So you just go here, you give them a like, you go back, and look, I got 200 free diamonds. And then if I add the game to my favorites, I'll get 280 free diamonds. So I'll just proceed to bookmark the game. And I got 280 free diamonds. Here's something else you can do for free stuff. Right now, there are 2 gift codes that are available in the game. I believe they're both still active. So you go up there, and then you click down here where it says Redeem Gift. And you can type in all caps. If you type in Last of Starks and hit claim, you'll get a whole bunch of free stuff there. And then I believe the Winterfell one is still active as well. And again, you'll click claim and you'll get a whole lot of free stuff. So, just with a couple clicks around, I've gotten a whole bunch of diamonds now and a whole bunch of free stuff. So that's good stuff right there. So let's go back into full screen and we'll continue on. You can click up here. This will show you your VIP level. As you progress and do certain things, your VIP level will go up. You want to try to get your VIP to level 4 as fast as you can, because you start getting daily chests and stuff like that. Which, lo and behold, I'm a level 4 already. So getting to VIP level 4 is not that hard, as you can see. And then I can claim this daily chest here, which gives me fun stuff. And then you can see as your levels, as you go up in levels, you can have certain deals you can buy with your diamonds that will do things for you. But we'll get more into that at another point. Right now, we're going to focus on seeing how high we can get our castle on within our first little bit of time. Ideally, you want to try to get your castle to level 11 as soon as possible, because then you can start participating in training grounds. But now we've unlocked the Weirwood tree, and this is one of my favorite places because this is where you can get new characters and advance the characters that you already have. So you'll click on that little thing. You'll click here on where it says formation. At this point, we have 2 guys, so we can put both of these guys in our formation, and then we will click battle. And we wait for the battle to load. Sometimes it can take a little bit, I'll be honest. Does the chat have any questions yet, RV? I can't see it because I'm...
Yeah, a little bit further advanced than where we are at the moment. But one of the things we'll get back to is to how to change worlds.
Yes, we will definitely be going there. Okay, now here's something. Your characters all have special abilities. You'll know when their special ability is ready to trigger because it will light up. So you can use your keyboard if you want. I use my mouse and I click them, and then you can have this circle that tells you where their special ability is going to go off at. And I put it to try to capture as many people as possible. And you hit it, And look, I just not only stunned these guys, but did a ton of damage to them. So I killed both groups at the same time there. I know a lot of you guys watching have probably already progressed farther than this, but I'm hoping this will be a long-term video that will help new players as well. So I kind of have to cover all this stuff. So as you can see, I beat all the groups of troops, and I have now won that Weirwood battle. And you can see that I got a whole bunch of goodies from defeating that battle for the first time. Every time you defeat it the first time, you get some diamonds and you get some speed ups too. So we're going to go ahead and do the next stage. The battle again. Now, one thing that's kind of neat, you can actually hit this button up here, and it'll fight your battle automatically. So if you don't really feel like doing it manually, you can just let the game do trigger all your abilities for you. As you get more progressed, I personally don't recommend that because it will trigger your abilities as soon as they light up, and you don't always want that to happen as you get farther into things. Timing can be very critical on when certain abilities go off as you advance in the game.
Yeah, I know I was autoing the battles for quite a long time, and there will be areas that you get stuck, and then you're definitely better off doing it manually. So, but the power levels are fairly important with what your rating is compared to their rating, so that will certainly give you an idea of whether you're going to win or not as well.
Correct. All right, so now we see a little exclamation point down here. That means something's going on with our commander. So let's go see what's going on with them. So if I click on the commander, like it tells me to, the one that has the exclamation point, it says right here that I can use some items to level him up and make him a higher level than what he is. So now he is, you can see right there, his levels are shooting up quite considerably. So he went from level 5, I think it was, to, or no, it was 3, and now he's level 12. I wonder if it'll let me promote him. No, it won't let me promote him yet. Stupid tutorials.
You need to equip that one, and then you'll probably be able to promote him.
No, I can't because I'm locked in the tutorial. It won't let me do it because I'm still locked in the tutorial part of the Weirwood. You know how it is when you're in the tutorial, it won't let you click anything but what it tells you to click. So now we're fighting a little boss guy.
Sounds like Toxic's having breakfast again.
Yes, it does.
Oops, sorry, I thought I was muted.
Professional is all get out.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Well, at least I don't leave with my YouTube on, so that's one good thing, isn't it?
That's because you don't even bother to join the channel to see what the people in chat are saying.
So you can see there the power is the number in the blue is was quite higher, but now because you're against a boss, the difficulty is increasing. But it's still early days, you'll be fine.
But I still made fairly short work of that boss.
Yes, yeah.
And believe me, while it looks really easy at these low levels, trust me, it gets way harder as you advance. And like I've been stuck on the same guy now for probably a week and a half, maybe.
Yeah.
But I've now unlocked a new commander. I now have Rob Stark. So let's leave the little weirwood area because that's what it's telling me to do. But now I can go back in and look at my commanders. We can go in, click on Rob. We can actually promote Rob because he has all these pieces of gear that he needs to promote him. So we can now promote him up from 1 to 2. I believe we can also promote her from 1 to 2. And we can also promote him. Well, no, we can't promote him because he's still missing 1 piece of gear here. All right, that gives you a brief look at the weirwood stuff. This is, they obviously, like any game, they want you to spend some money. So they're telling you anytime you buy any amount of black diamonds, which are their currency in this game, equivalent to gold and battle pirates, basically. Anytime you spend your first amount of any money, whether it's $1, whether it's $1,000, whatever, this is a gift pack that you get for spending that money. If you are planning on spending money, I recommend doing like, $1 or $10 or whatever, because Melisandre is actually a pretty good character. The only way you can get her is if you spend money. Now, if you want to get her fully up to legendary, and we'll talk more about that later, but if you want to get her fully up to legendary, I think it's like $123 to get her fully done or whatever. But, it's not like you have to do it all at one time. You can do it over a couple months or whatever. So God knows, and some of the other games I spent way more than $123. So.
Jenna in chat is asking what level your castle is at the moment.
On this one, I think it's only level 4. On my main one, it's I believe I'm working on level 20 right now. And there again, they're just showing you some of the deals and stuff you can get. But we're going back to working on our castle because that's where we want to see how far we can get this. So we'll hit speed up. Let's see. And you get right now at my VIP level, I get 11 minutes of free speed up time. So if I'm going to spend speed ups, I want to make sure I don't go past that 11 minutes. So I will use a 5-minute and a couple 1 minutes. And I'll use one more 1 minute so we don't have to wait 40 seconds. All right, so my castle is level 5. And I guess at this point, oh shit. I guess at this point I'm going to have to talk about the Meister's Tower, whether I want to or not. This is where you're going to do all your researches. So one of the very first things you want to research, Melisandre, will you be quiet? Is you want to do your building mastery, because this is going to make all your constructions that you have to do go a whole lot faster. So building mastery is one of the things you want to get started on early. As you can see, I can upgrade it right now for free. And then I can go ahead and start it on, no, I can't yet because I have to do my tower at another level. So I guess I'll do farming mastery for right now. And then I can do quarry mastery. I'll let that tick away for a little bit. Now, I know one of the big questions is, if I want to relocate my castle to a different realm, how do I do it? Well, we're going to cover that real quick now. I'm not actually going to relocate, but I have to. First, you got to go out to the map. But before you do that, you have to give yourself a name. So, what name do I want to give myself? We'll try Hellfire. Oops, I totally did that backwards because I still have caps lock on.
Oh, cheapo.
Let's see. Confirm. Apparently, I cannot use that name. So yeah, we'll go with. We'll see if I can use El Cheapo. And yes, I can see there's a green check mark there. So I'm now officially Lord El Cheapo.
It should be Sir.
That's Lord to you, bitch. I mean,
Sir Lord.
just stop telling me what to do. I know what I want to do, but you're not going to let me do it. All right, so real quick, since she's making me do this, I'm going to show you. These are your little resource nodes that you can go out and collect. So leaving from my base right here, it's going to take me like 2 minutes and 20 seconds to get to where they want me to go because I'm pulling a little cart. I haven't researched any troop movement speed and stuff yet, so I'm sure this is exciting for you guys to watch me marching around like this.
Well, while we're here, did you want to cover how to find your world number and your coordinates?
Yeah, I could do that. Once you get out here on the world map, you can tell what sector you're in, like right here, where it says K and then it'll have a number. That's actually like the sector or the server or whatever you want to call it that you're on. Like I'm on K25 right now. And then obviously right here beside it, it'll have the coordinates for like where the center of your map is right here. Like I'm at 187,404. Also, I can talk about these random chests up here at the top. Every once in a while, you'll see this chest light up. You can just click on it, and this is just a reward that they give you for playing the game for every, I think it's like every 5 minutes or so often. I think 1 to 20 minutes. It depends on what's in the chest and how good of a chest it's going to be. When you see stuff like this lit up, like castle upgrade, since I upgraded my castle to level 4, they give me free prizes for doing that. So you can see these guys aren't by no means chintzy with giving out stuff.
No, it's definitely not. Especially diamonds. You get diamonds all over the place, and they accumulate really, really, really quick.
Yep. So as you can see, I'm about ready to get to this quarry over here. Nothing really exciting happens when you take possession of a quarry. You just own it. Now you can like farm the resource from it. I think I can actually get in my inventory now, though, and look at my... Okay, yeah, I can talk about server transfers now. Okay, so when you very first start the game, before you get to castle level 5, you can't do it past castle level 5. You can use what they call the novice transfer scroll. So basically, in order to use the novice transfer scroll, let me recall my troops. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go up here to this little mini map that we talked about earlier. There's a couple symbols at the top of it. You're going to want to go over to where it says World Map and click that. And then they have all the different servers that are out right now. There's 25 servers right now. So you can always transfer down servers without having to wait. But if you want to transfer up servers, like say if I was in Kingdom 5, or we'll say I was in 3 and I wanted to transfer to Kingdom 6, I would have to wait 14 more days because they don't want established players jumping into new kingdoms and then just totally annihilating everybody right off the bat. So that's kind of a good idea in my opinion. But say I want to transfer to Kingdom 14 from where I'm at now. I would click on Kingdom 14. And then I would scroll around the map, and if I had friends that were in this kingdom, I would go to type in the coordinates here where they would tell me their coordinates. I would type in this little search box, and I would type in their coordinates that they told me, where they were, and it would take me. And I would just click on the map. I would click relocate, and then it would tell me, I wonder why I'm not allowed to relocate, I wonder.
Because you're going down. So you're in 25. So you're trying to.
I can go down freely. I can't go up freely.
I mean, sorry, yeah, but from going from 25 to 14 is going up. So you could go down to 26 if there was a 26.
No, you're going
Okay.
back.
No, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it
Go
the
ahead.
castle level you need? Isn't it a level 6 castle that you need?
No, at
to
level
relocate?
6. At level 6, you can't relocate anymore.
Oh. Because I remember someone having trouble relocating, and once the castle level was at a certain point,
Then
it would work.
hang on, stop talking for a minute. Saying required quantity 1, but then it's like read it out like I don't have one or something. Yeah, saying transnational relocate owned 0. But I literally just got done looking at the ones that were in my inventory. Oh no, that was a novice transfer. I wonder if my castle's already too high of a level. Maybe you have to do it while your castle's only level 4. Because I think I did hear somebody say something about that the other day.
Weren't we talking that it was level 3?
No. I know you can do it at level 4 because
Okay.
Chuck was level 4 when he did his. Yeah, so basically, don't let your castle get to level 5, apparently. Because once you get to level 5, you can't relocate anymore. But, but this is the steps you go through. And if your castle's still only level 4, you can relocate. I mean, I had no intent to relocate this tune anyway, but that's how you go about your whole relocation process. But anyway.
You've got to have the scroll to start off with.
So, as you can see, when we click on our castle, it tells you all the things you need to have upgraded before you can take the castle to its next level. Like, I have to have my warehouse to level 5 before I can take my castle up another level. So, I'm only at level 1 now, so we'll hit upgrade now for free, upgrade now for free, upgrade now for free, and then we'll hit upgrade, and then we'll use a 1-minute speed up, and look, now we can do that for free as well. Then we'll go back to our castle. Oh, we can finish our quarry and ashery as well. All right, so now we're upgrading our castle, which is going to take 39 minutes and some odd change. Obviously, I don't want to use a 1-hour speed up, but I do have a couple 5 minutes, so we use those. And we'll use a 3-minute. Then we'll wait 16 seconds. Anything else from chat while we're doing this?
Not at the moment. Chuck was saying the quest to relocate was in the system messages. So I guess you were focusing more on leveling castle up, and the relocating worlds was a side thing. So
Right. All right, so now we have our castle level 6, and now we got to start working on walls. This is so nice in the beginning where you can just do all this stuff for upgrades for free. But I mean, obviously, walls are what's going to help protect your city. You know, if you get attacked by other players, because this is mainly a PvP game, and getting attacked by other people is going to happen. You're going to need these walls to help defend your stuff. So we'll just go ahead and upgrade as far as we can right now while it's free. Then we'll hit this upgrade here. And I'll only have to wait like 3 seconds, and that'll be free. And I can't remember, did it say I had to get my walls to level 5, or did it not say for my next castle? Yeah, I got to get my walls to level 6, and I got to get a mint to level 6. So, in order to get a mint, we're going to have to clear out this whole area right here. So now we're going to go back to our quest here a little bit.
I was going to say, if you are starting off, just make sure you read all the text and
Correct.
Try not to miss things. Because I know when I started, while I was reading things, there was a lot of things that I missed as I went through.
Yeah, and anything I feel like you guys feel that I'm missing that you think is important, feel free to chime in there. I mean, we're all still fairly new to this game, so there's a big learning curve.
You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong clicking on things and reading.
I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can take these guys out.
But that's the good thing. Is the game is still new, so you don't hop into an established game. You learn as the game progresses and as the game grows. So that's a good thing.
All right, so I can claim the prize for doing that. See if I have any wounded troops that I can heal, because that's my next important part of this quest I have to do. So I can heal all these guys. And this is like your main storyline quest stuff, so you can always click here to see what they want you to do next. A lot of times I recommend doing what they say. Sometimes I recommend skipping ahead. As you can see, I just got some more talent points, so I can go spend those. Yeah, the talent section. So we'll spend a point there. We'll spend a point there. And now that opened up my construction speed thing here. So as soon as I get more talents points, I can add to my construction speed and max this out. And then after I max this out, I'll go down to research speed and max that out. Now they want me to upgrade my barracks to level 2, which will also upgrade the maximum amount of troops that we can train at a time. So I can go and collect my prize for doing that. And then they want me to train 80 light spearmen. So I can go ahead and do that. Oh, it's only going to let me do 70. Oh, no, that's 77 diamonds. Never mind. Well, this is all about, it tells you what's best against what. Like, spearmen will always beat cavalry is good against cavalry. Cavalry is good against infantry, and infantry is good against spearmen. That's like the whole little circle of life, or circle of battle, or whatever you want to call it.
Circle of death.
Yeah, circle of death. That's probably a better way to put it. So I'll go ahead and train these. I do have some speed ups, I believe, for troop training. So I'll use a 15-minute there. Now you don't get the free like 11 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes or whatever on your troop speed, on your troop training. So I'll just go ahead and spend the 5-minute guy there.
You can also use the speed up now upgrade there too, but just watch that because you don't always want to use the generic one. So just have a look at what you're actually using if you are going to use that quick speed up.
All right, now she's saying she wants me to join an alliance. So here's what I generally do. I just go to join alliance, and I look and see what's out there, and I just pick one at random and hit join. And then look, just for joining alliance, I got 200 more diamonds. And I know we still haven't really talked a whole lot about diamonds yet, but trust me, we will talk more about diamonds. Because you can use diamonds for anything. There's like a store you can spend your diamonds in. You can use your diamonds just to speed up stuff. There's all kinds of things you can do with your diamonds. So now we're on to our next chapter of the main story. We're in chapter 3. As you can see, I've already completed a bunch of this stuff here. Like I already upgraded my castle before, which I just got more talent points, but we'll get back to them in a little bit. I already got the normal stage to 1.3 in the Weirwood thing that we did with the heroes earlier. I already got a 1 commander to rank 2, so I can collect that. And now they want me to train 80 light cavalry, so we'll go ahead and do that right quick. Go ahead and train, speed up. Again, we'll do the same thing. We'll use that 15-minute one there. We'll use actually, we're going to use a 3-minute and 2 1-minute. Well, actually, 1 minute. And then we'll wait a couple seconds. But yeah, in my opinion, like you want to do as much as you can to get your castle to level 11, because that will unlock the training ground, and that is going to be one of your main sources that you can get for yourself to earn diamonds. And as I said, diamonds are like their most useful currency in this game. You can use them like right here. I can complete this right now for 2 diamonds. You know, especially once you get up into really long researches. Sometimes, you know, it might cost you like 2,300 diamonds to finish a building or a research or whatever, but a lot of times it's kind of worth it just so you can move on.
They give you, you can get rewards for spending them as well. So
Look at that. I got leveled up twice while I was doing all this, so I got like a bunch of talent points to spend again. So I can work on my construction speed. We'll just go hit highest level, so it'll spend all my points right there because I want to get that maxed out anyway. Now we gotta go and take back the Grim Fort. So we'll scout these guys. Then we'll challenge these guys. We'll attack. And we'll cross our fingers and hope we do well. Oh, look at that. We crushed them.
the scouting reports get important as you get further into the game as well. So if you're attacking other people's castles or the rebel camps out on the map, it'll actually tell you what you're going up against, so you know if you're, you know, how well you're going to do against that particular battle.
Now, in this area, they introduced 3 new buildings that we can build. We have the Mint, we have the hospital, and we have the army tent. We're going to start with the Mint off the bat. As you can see, it tells you what it does. It'll make my gold dragon limit go up 800. My production will go up to 15. It'll give me a 12 power rating. And the interesting thing, though, is mints will also increase the training speed of your troops. So I always like having a fair amount of mints around. I think on my main account I have probably like 8 or 9 at the moment. But I believe we need to take this up to level 6. But before we can move this up to level 6, we got to go upgrade our farm. So as you can see, like a lot of your stuff is very interdependent upon other things that you have. So how far can we get our farm for free? Level 5, and now we gotta hit an upgrade. Now that I'm in the alliance too, I can also, when I start to upgrade a building, I can hit help, and every person that helps me will knock a minute off of this upgrade. So, and you actually get stuff for helping your alliance members. You get alliance silver, which there's an alliance store that you can go buy things in the alliance store. And to access all the stores we're talking about, you can just go down here, click inventory, and then they have all the different shops up here. Like they have the diamond shop where you can use your diamonds here to buy all kinds of different things. And they have the alliance shop where as you get alliance silver, you'll be able to buy all kinds of different things with your alliance silver as well. But now that we got our farm up to 6, we can go back and work on our mint and get that up to 6 as well.
So purple's always good because that means you're doing it for free.
Correct.
I do like the little building graphics. They're quite good.
Yeah, yeah. I think the hammer at the top, though, is a little disproportionate to the building itself.
Yeah.
All right, so now we got our mint to 6. Let's go back up and see what here. I got a chest I can collect. I got 300 gold dragons again. Stuff just for resources, just for clicking around on stuff and playing the 8. I like it. Now I have to get my wall defense up to level 6 as well. Now I have to put a commander on my walls, which I kind of hate doing this part. All right. right, so we're going to upgrade our wall. Ask for some help from my friendly alliance. And I mean, I like that people actually get things for helping you because that encourages them to always be helping. As opposed to if they didn't get anything, they'd be like, screw that guy, I don't know him.
Yeah, it's very easy to click and, it's right in front of you. So it's a good reminder to do it. So you don't have to, go to a separate screen or anything. It's right there in front of you.
All right, now to get my wall up to the level 6 that I need to progress my castle, I have to go and do a mine and get it to level 6. So I just keep clicking this purple until it's not purple anymore. Oh, now they've got me with a 30-minute dealio. So we'll see how quickly I get some help from my brand new alliance that I just joined, and then maybe we'll use some speed ups to kind of rush it along a little bit.
It will also tell you how many people are, how many of your alliance members are helping you there. So wait until it gets to the max before you speed things up.
Yeah, like for example, right here is where you can help members of your alliance. That'll always click up in the middle of the screen. So like for example, I was able to get 11 helps on my construction, and obviously I got all 11 of them already. And now I can just hit this help all button, which apparently I was a little bit too late. Otherwise, if I had gotten it quite in time, I would have helped all those members of my alliance with just the click of one button.
And when you go up into the further ones, you certainly want to get as much help as you can, because
boy, ain't that the truth.
And you will notice as you go on the time that everybody when someone else helps you, the higher level of building you upgrade, the more time that they knock off. So it doesn't just stay at 1 minute; it goes up to half an hour and more.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. For example, like my castle that I'm currently working on, I think it was like a 2 or 3 day construction. And I'm like, my God, if people were only helping me 1 minute per click, that would be like nothing.
You'd be there for a while.
So I already know this is going to take longer than what help I'm going to get. So I'm going to use a little bit of speed up love here. I'm going to use some 3 minutes. Hey, look at that. Free. And now we're on to our next castle level. So as you can see, I'm going to hit castle level 7 with really very little time invested into here. Oh, I can actually upgrade this for free while that's also upgrading. So might as well take it as high as I can for free. Go and check all my researches and see what other researches I can do. I believe I should be able to take my building mastery up to its next level. This is one I always try to do anytime I can because it makes all my construction times go down. I know I said that once already, but that's one of those things, in my opinion, you can't stress that one enough.
Yeah, construction and research speed, anything to make those stuff.
I believe I can help some of my alliance members. If it'll ever let me click it. There we go. I'm playing this one through Microsoft Edge, and I really hate Microsoft Edge, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. I can check my quest here. Obviously, I took back the Grim Fort, so I can do that. I can claim all these prizes down here. And then I can move on to the next chapter. After I do all the stuff that Melisandre tells me I have to do. So now I also have what they call alliance quests that I can do. It's just little side quests. You don't really have to do anything except click start. And then in 3 minutes, I'll come back and collect these rewards for that, doing that little quest. They have the VIP chests, which I can collect 2 chests already. You can collect one, and then you have to wait an hour before you collect your next one. Now, while you might be tempted to go ahead and all these things that pop up that you can technically collect, I would recommend leaving them and not collecting them quite yet, because at some point in time you can spend 2,500 diamonds to get a Lord VXP scroll, or a Lord Experience scroll. Sorry, I'm still so used to Battle Pirates, I always say VXP. And that will increase the experience you get from everything you do by 25%. So I'll get a 25% additional experience when I collect these quests. So it'll make my Lord go up in level faster. And so, especially when you start getting in higher levels, like say in your 30s, 40s, up to in your 50s, getting those levels can take a really long time sometimes if you don't use the scrolls to help buff that. So let's see. Ooh, once I hit castle level 7, I can get another prize back for just doing that. But yeah, like, you know, and as far as your outside buildings, like one of the most important things, don't waste time building more than one farm. You're only ever going to need one farm. I don't know how many people I know that when they started this game, they built a whole bunch of farms and then found out there's absolutely no reason for them to have them. And then, yes, you can demolish the buildings, but that also takes time to do.
Did you want to just quickly show where that demolish is?
Yeah, I can do that. So say, for example, I wanted to demolish this lumber yard. Obviously, I don't want to. But what I can do is right here, I can hit dismantle. And then it'll say construction is currently in progress. You speed up buttons. But if it didn't say that, it'll give you a confirmation button, and it'll tell you how much time it'll take to do it. And then you just say yes, and then it'll tear that building down over that amount of time. And then you'll be able to build something else in that spot. Oops. Cancel. All these other buildings that I can actually upgrade for free, I'm going to go ahead and do that.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. You'll see as your castle level goes up, there are buildings that will have free upgrades.
Over here, I can build some more mints or hospitals. Hospitals, obviously, this increases. These little hospitals increase the amount of guys you can hold in your main hospital. You always want to keep an eye on your how many people you have in your army as opposed to how many guys your hospital can hold. Because if you end up having more people in your army than what your hospital can hold, they will not be wounded. They will actually just die at that point. So that's always something you want to be keeping an eye on. And if you click on here on hospital, it tells me I can hold up to 5,500 guys with all my hospitals together. And if I would click here on my military grounds, it tells me that I have 701 total troops. So for the time being, I'm way good on how many guys I can hold. The other building you can do is you can also do the army tent. This increases the amount of guys that you can train at a time. So like, I think last I looked, I was limited to 120 guys. By adding an army tent, that means I'll be able to train 160 guys at a time. You'll need a couple of these, but early, not till like late game do I recommend more than just a handful of them. So would you guys tend to agree with that, or do you have a different view?
No, sorry, I'm a bit croaky today. I agree. You'll find too that the empty plots of land there, you are limited as to what you can build on them. So just keep an eye on that. Like some of them are more your farm, not farms because you only want one farm, but more your production buildings, I guess, and the other ones are more your military buildings.
And it tends to bounce back and forth.
That's
when I
way
open this one up, it's production stuff. When I open this one up, it's the other buildings. When I open this one up, I go back to production stuff and so on and so forth.
I mean, you really want to You want to have there is two. You want the mint and well, it really depends how you play the game, but there are certain buildings that you need more than others at certain times. So yeah, as you progress, you may have to delete one and put another one up, and then delete that to put another one up later on again. But that's for later on.
Yeah, yeah. I'd like I said, I definitely at every stage in the game recommend probably at minimum, in my opinion, probably like 8 mints, just because that helps you train your guys faster. But that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, I know we were certainly looking at it more as to gold production, but then it's really about the amount of army you can hold and train and heal at any one time. So I know I got slaughtered earlier, and I was kind of, realizing that I'm not quite balanced in that sort of regard. So I'm going to have to look at that a bit further.
Yeah, I know I have to backtrack and do a bunch of stuff, but I knew I was going to have to do that when I was progressing to try to unlock the level 3 troops like as fast as I could.
Yeah.
So let's see where we're coming along. I still got an hour and 32 minutes to upgrade this castle. So I got a couple speed ups here. So we're going to use a 1 hour speed up, and then I'm going to use a 10 minute. Then I'm going to use a 3 minute, and another 3 minute, and a couple 1 minutes. I'll get free.
And probably don't be scared of using the speed ups either, because, in all the things you do get quite a few. So, I know there's been quite a few players along the line that we've spoken to that it's like, no, and my inclination was to do that too, was to hoard everything until I really, really needed it. But they are very good in the amount of speed ups they give you. So
yeah, for those of you who've come to this game from Battle Pirates like we have, oh my God, this is like a treasure trove of holy crap! Look at everything they've given me. But let's talk about the shelter for a bit, because the shelter is actually really important, especially at really low levels. The shelter is anytime that you're not on or you're about ready to get attacked, you can hide all your guys and you can hide your lord. So what you would want to do is you just hit auto select, click the thing where the lord accompanies the troop, and then you can select for how long you want to hide them. So say, for example, I want to put them in there for 12 hours, and then I just hit confirm. So like all my guys are safe now. If somebody would come along and attack me, like they won't kill any of my troops and they won't capture my lord who's manning my castle. Not capturing your lord is a very good thing, because your lord gives you all kinds of bonuses to your army production and your construction and all that kind of stuff. And if they capture him, none of those bonuses apply while he's captured. So, for example, when I researched my first elite troops, it was 11 days and something, and I couldn't understand why. And then I realized, I started that research why my lord was captured by somebody else. Because when he came back and wasn't captured, that went down to like 5 days or something. And I was like, wow, I wish I'd thought about that when I started the first one. Otherwise, I would have done something else and waited until he got back for that long thing. But yeah, so keeping your lord protected is very important. Don't
forget to claim your quest thing, which would have finished by now too.
That's true.
Your alliance quest.
Oh, look, I leveled up again. I just started on one. I'll go back. I'll spend some more talent points.
Those alliance quests also help your alliance as well. So you'll be earning chests and more speed ups and diamonds and resources and all sorts of things. So it's
here's another thing. You have daily things that you can do. Like, I haven't opened it up yet, so I can't really show you. But that always resets at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So, yeah, but I can't really go a whole lot into detail on that because I haven't unlocked it on this guy yet.
So that should be resetting fairly
Actually, it just reset
Oh, good.
because I just got the pop-up thing. That's how I knew. That's what made me think about it.
Uh-huh.
So I claimed that chest there. I have an exclamation point in my castle upgraded, so I have a whole lot of things up here I can claim. Diamonds, and then they have like truce bubbles, just like for those of you who did play Battle Pirates, just like you can buy a bubble in Battle Pirates where you get little things here where you can, if you're getting attacked, you can just pop a bubble and be safe for a little while.
And as you can see there too, you're getting a lot of grain, so that's why the one farm's all you need.
Right. And I always, from time to time, to check my inventory down here because sometimes diamonds will go into your inventory from prizes. So I always check down there. Just anytime I see diamonds down here, I just claim them and put them up there so I know exactly how many I have. Like you can see, I've been playing the game for like an hour now, and I already have over 2,000 diamonds. So back to my castle. So next thing I need to do, I'm way behind on my Meister Tower. I got to get it up to level 7, and it's currently only level 3. So we'll upgrade, ask for help. I'm hoping I can at least get the training ground open fairly soon. That way I can kind of show everybody what the training ground is. But we'll have to see. I mean, if I don't get it unlocked this stream, I'll just wait and unlock it next stream, I guess. I just won't touch this account until I do the next stream. I'm sure my alliance will kick me out by then, but that's okay.
You'll just be able to join another one. So
Yeah.
it's only really so the alliance that he joined there at. So the maximum you can have is 100 players. So this one only had 45. So it's more the ones that will, sort of ask that you have prerequisites or, a certain power level or whatever are more in the, 90 plus players. They're the ones that probably look into that a bit more. In the lower ones, they're probably more likely just to accept you straight away.
Now here to go, I need to upgrade my Meister's Tower again, but you can see, oh no, it says I don't have enough stone. Well, never fear. I hit upgrade, and it'll say, oh, look, you have these resources in your backpack. Do you want to use those? You just hit confirm, and then look, it just automatically starts the build. You don't even have to hit put them in there and then hit build, which actually when I first started playing, you did have to do that, but you don't have to do that anymore, so that's kind of nice.
And
with food, it became a pain when you were training troops because you would click, okay, add this much food, and then by the time you would add the food and go to click the start button, you'd need to add more food again already. It's like,
yeah, and there was never a time where I could not do a build that I wanted, even though I didn't have the resources, because the backpack is always so full that like I said, up until now, I have not run out. I've always had enough.
Yeah, I got stuck on gold the other day.
That's because you didn't build enough mints.
That and I hadn't been farming gold out on the map, but yeah.
So let's go ahead. We're going to speed this up. We're going to use 10 better.
So we have all made quite a few mistakes as we go through, but that's all part of this is, learning sharing what we've learned and all that sort of stuff.
Correct.
That's part of the fun, isn't it? I mean, if you knew exactly how to do it, how much fun would it be?
Yeah.
Well, more importantly, how much fun would it be for the rest of us laughing at you for the mistakes you made?
That never happens. Never. Not on this hangout.
It's
That's where we get a whole lot of our enjoyment out of these games. It's like, you did what?
It has been good with talking with a lot of players of different levels and sort of sharing that information, because we've learned lots of stuff as we go through as well, because it's like, oh, I didn't know that, and all that sort of stuff. So it's kind of been cool learning all that.
I know there's two guys who do a stream, Sean and Fringlish, that they get on. They stream this game probably like 2 or 3 times a week. I think I've learned a lot by watching those guys, like a whole lot by watching those guys. So if you're ever on it, like they actually like send out messages in the game itself every now and then when those guys are streaming. If you ever get a chance, you should definitely check out their streams because they're pretty informative.
Did you want to show where that is?
I can, but I would rather go ahead and work through all this stuff first, and then at the end,
sure.
At the end of the stream, we can do a shout out thing for him.
Well, that, and I'm sort of meant the link in the mail and that sort of thing is kind of what I was.
Oh, gotcha. Let me. You know what? I'm gonna just complete this now with 7 times. No, I use 2 speed ups.
And don't ever think that anything anyone does is not relevant because they're way higher level than you. It's not. You can always learn something. Doesn't matter what level they are or what level you are. And of course, you can ask. I don't know. Can you ask question in the live streams? I've never tried.
Yeah, they try to answer them, yeah. But if you can't always make the live streams, or if for some reason they would happen to skip over your question, which isn't very likely, but there's always our Facebook help page that we started up called The King's Hand. So you can always go there, join up that Facebook group, and ask people on their questions, and help people answer their questions too. It's all just, a community information database, players helping players figuring out what's going on. In the meantime, I'll get help for that. Down here is your mail. This is, it gives you reports from battles and whatnot. Like, there was my level 1 quarry report from when I took that over, and I was there long enough to get 302 stones. Here it tells you, like, I became a member of that alliance. It tells me that I got my 200 diamonds for joining alliance. It tells me that I promoted some of my commanders. Yeah, so it tells you all kinds of stuff there. And that's where you would get the message if those guys happen to be streaming and the game was letting you know about it. So,
yeah, well, there's system mail as well that gives you the link to where they are, and also other. There's been a few gift packs, so if the devs are doing maintenance or whatever, there's certainly compensation that's been given out there. There's so it is certainly worth checking.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty simple. Anytime you see a red exclamation point, something's going on there. Click it and see what's going on.
Definitely telling you for a reason.
Check my research again. Hey, I can do another level 1 production, so we'll do that. Let's see. Castle. I really want to get this to level 11, so we're going to spend some speed ups. We might even end up using diamonds on this bitch. Now I've unlocked the blacksmith. So the blacksmith is, as you go out and fight rebel camps and rebel leaders and stuff on the map, you'll collect materials for your blacksmith, and then you can forge those materials into equipment that your lord can wear. Like, so if I get all these materials right here that they're talking about, I can craft this necklace, and then it would give me, like, you know, appropriate buffs like a construction speed buff and total health and ball defense and stuff. And I would just build it, complete it, click on my lord here, and then equip it to his next slot there, for example, for the necklace. When it comes to these equipments early game, I recommend focusing on the builder set, because this is the one that gives you all kinds of construction stuff, construction bonuses, and the Meister set, because this is the one that gives you all kinds of bonuses to your research. Those are the two sets I recommend working on it early to mid game. As you get more advanced and start doing a lot more combat, then you can start working on your combat sets. But these for sure are the ones I recommend for beginners to even like probably even upper mid-level players. And, you know, you can always have a couple sets of gear based on what you're doing at any given time. So, you know, it's like, oh, I'm getting ready to do a long research and I'm going to be not doing anything much else for a couple days. So you can go ahead and put all your research gear on your guy. And then when you're done that, you want to go out and kick a bunch of ass, then you can be like, oh, I'm going to switch over to this other gear set. So back to the castle. We got to get our barracks up to 8. Before we do that, we got to get our quarry to 6. Ask for some help. Speed up. Oops. Well, got a little click happy. Spent 3 minutes to speed up more than I needed to. Upgrading our barracks. Our chat still with us, RB, or have they abandoned us? Or have you abandoned me too, RB?
It looks like it, or it sounds like it. Well, it doesn't sound like it.
I was going to say, apparently RB just wandered off and didn't bother to say anything.
Or he crashed, one of the two.
Well, that's always possible.
No, sorry, I was muted. I didn't realize. I was going to say, I might ignore you, but I won't abandon you. And then I realized I was muted, so sorry.
We are professionals. Don't try this at home.
Well, I know before when I was watching the screen, I'm like, oh man, I need to hit the construction button. Then I'm like, oh, hang on a sec, that's not my screen. So
I know, right?
Easy to get
Yeah, we've been doing
which screen's which.
Yeah, we were on the Hangout one night. Like 3 of us had it up on the screen at the same time, screen share, and it was getting so confusing because I'm like, oh my god, which am I in my game? Am I in their game? And I was playing my alt at the same time, so I had like Game of Thrones open in 3 different browser windows all at the same time, and I'm like, what the hell?
It does make it kind of hard.
I'm starting to run out of my diamonds or my speed up, so I might have to switch to diamonds here before too long. Quick, you son of a bitch.
Since you were talking quickly before about the blacksmiths, one of the other things that happens each day is when you're actually out on the world map, you'll get different things each day. Like there will be different targets to attack each day. So it may be that whatever you need to to craft, you may not be able to do, but it will certainly be available the next day, if that makes sense. And in the early game, you certainly spend a lot more time like in your castle than what you do out on the world map. So.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I need to have a little bit more patience and allow my alliance members to help me, but I'm trying to hurry up.
I think you might be castle fixated.
Needs to get his daily castle fix.
Well, yeah, I'm definitely castle fixated because I'm trying to do this within the amount of time that we do the stream to show them the training grounds. I guess real quick, let's see if I get any more help on this. We can go out to the map. We can talk about the rebel camps and the rebel leaders and stuff.
That'd be a good idea.
So you see all these little guys roaming around on horses, and you're like, what the hell are these guys? These are the guys that you will attack that you can get your blacksmithing materials that we talked about. So, for example, if I would want to hit this Riverland poacher right here, I would first have to click on him. And then here it tells you how much motivation you have. This is what the energy that allows you to attack these guys. Here it tells you how much energy it will take per attack. So, and then you can here click max attack. So I can go ahead and just do 5 attacks against this guy all at once, spend all my motivation, and it'll count as five separate attacks. So I can put him in there, I can put him in there, and then this guy's in hiding, so I won't be able to send him. So I'll just send these 2 guys. Okay, so I leveled up. As you can see, it doesn't even look like I did any damage to him.
The good news is that you get lots of goodies for attacking him.
Yeah, even though I didn't do any visible damage to him, it still counts as me attacking him. And I got 2,500 experience and a bunch of gold, a bunch of lumber, and materials for my blacksmithing stuff. So there you go.
Another little tip there too is to have a look out on the map, and you might find some that are already damaged or almost very close to being dead already. So you may, as you get further up, be able to just beat them in one attack, which would mean that you would get more stuff all at one go.
And I think every 2 hours they change into a different rider. There's I think 5 different ones or 4 different ones.
It's definitely not every 2 hours. I'm thinking every day or every 2 days, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was saying before. It's not sure 2 hours.
2 hours.
I thought it was the 2 hours. What made me think that?
I don't know.
Drugs?
Yeah, that could be. Yeah. The ones you sent me, yeah, they were good. No, I thought there's a little countdown underneath it. And I thought when that countdown runs out, it turns into a different rider. That's what I thought.
No, that's how long that damage that you inflicted will stay on that rider.
Okay. Well, there you go. Learn something new on the show. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Happened live.
Don't sound so shocked.
I'm a mate.
All right, we're going to start spending some diamonds. So we're going to go ahead and complete the barracks. We're going to check and see what else we got to do to do this castle. mine. We're just going to go ahead and upgrade mine. I can take the castle to its next level. Or sorry, we got to do home defense first. Firm. Oh, speed ups. I don't think I'm going to quite get to level 11 on the castles.
I was going to say too, if you are using diamonds to speed things up, just make sure you do all your resources first, because otherwise you're paying twice, if that makes sense. So you're
I screwed that up.
using
I screwed that up just a minute ago, actually, on the wall defense thing.
Yeah. So you're better off actually going through and hitting all the plus signs first to make sure that you've got the necessary resources, and then spend the diamonds after that.
So I'm at castle level 9. I might be able to hit 10, but I don't think I'm going to be able to hit 11. I did, however, unleash the Bannerman Hall. The Bannerman Hall is basically when you're in an alliance, if other guys want to help reinforce you, you're going to have a Bannerman Hall, and that says like how many reinforcements they can send for you. So we're going to upgrade this guy. Gonna hit him. Stop giving me fucking stupid pop-ups on this one. So we're going to do the embassy. Bannerman Hall. These two are very interdependent upon each other. Hospital, we got to get that up to level 9, which is currently only level 5. But first, we got to get our lumberyard up. In the meantime, let me collect some of these things, and that'll probably get me some speed ups so I can help me move along too.
Oh, there you go. I hadn't noticed that before. As your castle is upgrading, your help limit goes up as well.
You never noticed that?
No. I thought it was on Lord level, not castle level. So there's always more to learn.
Oh, definitely, definitely. You know, it's not like some of the other games that we played for 7 years and we know pretty much everything about them, to the point where we can tell the game developers, no, that's not how that works. But, you know, yeah, this isn't that kind of game. This is something brand new to us.
I have to leave that one alone.
I have a whole lot of stuff to collect here.
Yeah, so do just be aware of that too, that, you know, make sure you click and read things as you go.
All right, so I got some more talents, so let's go ahead and spend these up. So I got the construction speed one to level 10 now for the first one. So now we're going to go down to the research one. Can help my 5 alliance mates. Hospital.
Because this is certainly coming from a point of view of, you know, knowing what to click on alt accounts and stuff like that. So if you are going through, just, you know. slow down.
Well,
And
it's not only that, but anytime you click on anything you want to upgrade, it tells you where to go. It says, oh, no, you have to get this building to this level before you can upgrade this. So you just click on that little arrow and it takes you to the building that you need to upgrade. I got an exclamation point up here, so I can claim that. That gave me some diamonds and some speed ups and some other miscellaneous things. And this gives you a little special that says, oh, you're upgrading this to this. Well, here, we can sell you this to make it super quick. Like my chest. What's the level to say I had to get in the hospital? 2-9.
I believe so.
No, shit. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get to the level 11 castle because we've already been doing this for like an hour and a half, and I don't want to go a whole lot longer. Is anybody still even watching this?
Yep.
Okay. I can't tell because I'm full screen. I can't see the YouTube thing.
Yeah, that's nice. But anyway, I mean, it might be helpful for people to watch later on and stuff as well. So, but yeah, I'm not sure if there's anything else that people want covered or whatever. So, certainly, if there is anything in chat, just yell out.
Holy shit, I thought all my shit crashed there for a minute. I was like, no. All right, I got a couple more speed ups here. I know I'm going to have to take this to level 9 to get the hospital to level 9, so I'm not going to do it now.
And the more active you are in the game, there's a little rewards chest called active rewards up the top. You get lots of good items out of that as well.
Yeah, we've kind of not talked about that yet because I haven't unlocked it on this account yet.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. I was just saying that's why we haven't really covered it yet.
Yeah, you know, it's all good.
We're going to go ahead. Wait just another couple seconds to see how many people click to make it less diamonds I have to spend. All right, I'm not seeing any pop-ups coming in the alarming rate anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and hit complete now. Of course, right after I did that, I saw a green pop-up. So
That's why I said, just try and make sure that you've got as much help as you can, and
yeah, you guys will certainly be able to be a little bit more patient about this than what I'm trying to be right now.
Yeah. Goodness.
Yeah, but I mean, I think we've covered like the big mistakes that I've seen people make is, well, number one was, immediately with their talent points going down the battle side, as opposed to, worrying about the construction speed and the research speed, because that's going to impact your long game far more than what the battle stuff is. And this is a long game, guys. This is not a game you're going to jump in tomorrow and be like, oh, I'm max level and everything. Okay, let's go fuck shit up. This is a game where you're going to be in all for the long haul. I think the other thing we talked about was the only build one farm. That was the other big area that I saw people up in a bunch.
Yeah, definitely.
And even though it may sound boring now, but your little lumber yards and mines and quarries and stuff, if you level up your castle, it may only ask you to level up your mint and not your mint, your mine and your quarry. But later on, that's what I've done. I've just went crazy on that to get my castle up. But now I'm stuck on the mint and the farmland that needs to be upgraded to get the wall up to a certain level. So make sure that you sort of look at what you upgrade and how you upgrade it, because you could be falling behind in one thing by trying to do another.
Definitely.
But at the end of the day, too, time-wise, it's going to all amount to the same no matter which way you do it.
Yes, yeah, it does, of course.
Yeah, it's just a matter of now. And here's something interesting. Since I started this stream before the reset happened, and then 8 o'clock when the reset happened, I can now, the commander that I was, Varys, who I was supposed to have to wait a day for, I can now go ahead and claim right now because the reset for the day already happened. And so I could go ahead and put all his gear in that I found for him already.
That's cool.
In my opinion, out of all the commanders you get, he's not a great one, but I have him at least. What was that? RB, you were saying something?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
He does help in the early stages though, and as you get along, you're gonna have to change commanders out as you complete the weirwood trials and the training grounds and whatnot. So they all come in handy. They all got their own little special abilities that they can help you with.
Yeah, let's do another weirwood trial while we're waiting. So we get formation.
I was going to say you might want to go through that, the formations again and that sort of thing.
If this lag will permit me to. Here's one thing you always want to look for when you're arranging your guys, when you're doing your formation. You always want to look to make sure, when possible, you have green arrows going into the people you're attacking, because that means you're really good against them. If, for example, here, there's a red arrow going against me down here, that means they're really good against me. And that battle would probably not end well for me. So we're just going to go ahead and kick back to where we got green arrows going on. We're going to hit battle. And we're just going to see how far we can get in the weirwood.
Because you certainly get a lot of speed ups and stuff from doing that as well. So it's always
oh yeah, especially the first time you beat one, because the first time you beat it, that's where you get your diamonds and your speed ups and stuff.
Also remember that combat formation as well. So which what's strong against what and what's weak against.
I'm not sure now. Have you mentioned about the strawberry pies and the chicken legs and?
No, not yet.
No.
Not yet.
Well, actually, I guess I did actually, because I used them on Chris. That's why he went to like level 9, and everybody else I think was still like level 3 or whatever.
That's right. Yep. I remember now.
Which
yeah.
actually, I should do that right now. Actually, to a certain degree, I should go ahead and level some of these guys up. So I have 6 pies right now. So I'll use 4 to get her to level 9. We'll work on Rob 2. So I can put a piece of equipment on Rob. And then Rob can eat all the rest of my pie. And it'll be level 5. So I think we're still good with our formation. Yep, so we'll hit battle.
Now those things that is being equipped there, like the scroll and that sort of thing, is also making your combat stronger and all that sort of thing as well.
Yeah, I'm not trying not to put a whole lot of effort into upgrading Varys, because just from playing on my main account, I know that he ends up, in my opinion, not being very good. So I don't want to put an early game. I don't want to put a whole lot of effort into somebody who I'm not going to be using as soon as I find enough guys to be able to replace it.
Yeah, and we've certainly all found that as we've gone through, because there's some of them that they're great for their buffs, but that's kind of all they're good for.
And if you click on your commander button at the bottom of the screen, it brings up all your commanders, and you can see what's equipped to them, and they've got little plus signs next to it. And if one of those should turn green, then you know that you found a part to equip to that to a certain commander. So it's always good to have a look at that and see if you've got any green pluses there. You can equip something to them, which makes them stronger and it gets you further through the trial.
That was pretty good timing on my part. It came out to the map to check, and I had just like 11 minutes and 20 seconds or whatever. Upgrade, help, speed up. 21 more minutes of speed up, so I picked up. So we'll confirm that. Quickly go back into the Weirwood. Fight this guy. Check our formation. Still looking solid.
I will say the battle scenes in this are fairly nice too. They're always good to go back and have a look at if if you're stuck at a slow part or whatever, you can instead of just looking at the text report, you can actually let the battle play through.
Yeah, once you got 3 stars on one of these battles, you can actually go back and you can blitz them. And no, it's not like some other games where it's going to cost you extra, like diamonds or whatever, to blitz it. They just allow you to blitz it. The only thing it costs you is the energy that it would have already cost you to fight the battle anyway. Oh, I might lose guys on this battle. Oh, now, yep, I lost Varys. So I definitely won't be getting a 3-star on this battle. In order to get 3-star success on a battle, you can't lose any of your guys. But I did complete the battle, and I do believe that unlocks Sansa Stark for me. Sansa Stark, in my opinion, is really good for the Weirwood trials because she has a healing ability. And that heal is going to be very necessary to get you through a lot of the battles of Weirwood as you progress.
Yeah, she's definitely one of the best characters that you can unlock that I've found so far.
Yeah, for the Weirwood, definitely. For training grounds, not so much. Because she does have like the lowest attack in the game.
I find that the 3 women that I've got in my army, they seem to be the toughest one of them all. They outlast the guys. But yeah, no, she's definitely a good character for the trial.
So we had to change our formation there a little bit. So we had green hairs straight across. I just forgot to put Sansa in my lineup, didn't I?
That's right. You'll be able to demonstrate how to do that too.
And the little hearts that you get is your energy for that for the Weirwood trial.
Yeah, well, we haven't gotten any of those yet, so we'll talk about them when we actually get them.
Okay, fair enough.
Toxic has no patience. He keeps trying to rush ahead of the class.
That's me, you know me. Go, go, go.
definitely should have equipped Sansa. Because I'm not doing well in this battle at all.
Well, you'll get through it, but yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna get through it, but it's rather embarrassingly bad. I just love how many diamonds you get just by doing like battles and stuff like that. All right, formation. Now we're gonna throw Sansa Stark in up here. Sure, we'll go with a lineup like that. I need to get one more guy so I can flesh this out. I think I actually, at my next boss battle, I think I unlock my next free-to-play guy. After this battle, too, I need to go check my construction and see where that's
I was
at.
going to say too, you can speed up those battles as well. So, yeah, there in the top right-hand corner, you see you've got pause and times one play. So
I like watching them though.
yeah, I'm just so people
Oh, stupid Sansa
know
Stark healed
what they are.
go off after my guy was dead. Stupid wench.
Still getting pretty good rewards for doing that. So.
Yeah. All right. No,
You might even need to go to the commander and equip them a bit more to make them stronger.
Yeah, that's not my high priority right now, though. My high priority is getting this damn castle up to 11, which I still don't think is going to happen. Because I'm going to give it about 15 more minutes and then we're going to call it stream. Take it out like 20 minutes. Count on some helps. In the meantime, we'll do another werewolf battle. So we can now promote Chris, which hopefully will help his survivability. Equip him some gear. Funny how Rob is a much lower level but seems to live longer. Anything we got for Barris? Well, we could actually promote Barris. How about that? Put that songs. I think he had. Is that everybody? That's everybody. All right, let's see if we can do this next battle or not. No bonuses anywhere. This is not going to be a good battle, I can already tell. But we'll give it a shot and see what happens. Might actually switch this to manual. Just so I have a little bit more control over when things happen. Let's see, I saved my heal there. That way I'll be able to pop it off at the beginning of this battle. And hopefully it'll last through the whole battle. And then she'd be ready to have it for the next battles. Then it'll be back on cooldown by then. stupid Internet Explorer. I hate you.
I don't know. It's looking pretty promising.
Yep, 3 stars.
Well done.
I believe that unlocks Soren then, or maybe not. All right, so oh no, I get Arslan in 1-12, so up here. Since I've gotten here down here at the bottom, it tells you like if you once you get 6 stars in your completions, you can open this chest, which gives you 100 diamonds and 3 10-minute speed ups. When you would get 12, you get this one, which gives you the Spirit of the Weirwood tree that Toxic was talking about earlier, that will fill your energy back up to 120. It adds 120 energy. So like if I would get it and add it right now, I'd actually go up to 205. And then the last one that gets you 100 diamonds, speed ups, and some grilled sausage, which you use to upgrade your commanders. Go back out to the map here and see where we're at. I'm going to burn 5 just to have it done. And wall defense, I got to get to 9, which means I have to get my mine to 9.
It's pretty amazing how quickly you've leveled up, you know, given the time you spent on it. So, and obviously, if someone's playing through at normal speed and not going, you know, not trying to go up this quickly, you know, this is certainly, you know, quite a few hours of stuff. It's just that this is the sped up version, I guess.
I always find this fascinating too, because like I could buy an hour speed up for 130 diamonds, or I can just finish the whole thing for 170 something. You know, a lot of times just finishing the whole thing is sometimes better than buying a speed up. It's kind of weird. Because say if I bought that speed up, I would still have like 40 minutes left. You know. But yeah, we're just going to complete now. Go back to our wall, which I think we can do at this point. Do I want to diamond my wall?
It's up to you.
Give it a couple minutes. We'll do a weird battle and come out and see where we're at.
I mean, the good thing is if you don't play on this account until the next stream, there'll still be, you know, a lot of goodies getting produced in the background. So that will, you know, they'll be there to use next time.
Yeah. Oh shit, I forgot I put it back on manual, so none of my abilities are popping. Usually the in-between battles I just let auto, and then when I get to the boss I switch it back to manual.
Yeah, it's generally a good way to do it.
I think right before I end the stream too, I'll switch over to my main account and kind of show people where I'm at there.
That's a good idea.
And sometimes it does pay off to check the deals that are on. They're giving you different deals on things that you have to pay for that, but it's sometimes very much worth checking that out. I mean, you don't have to do that. You can play it all without, but some of these deals are really good. So just so that everybody knows that. That's all.
Yeah, I really like the rollers gift things because you tend to get a really decent amount of speed ups in there. Plus, it gives you tokens from Melisandre, who I personally really like her a lot. So. I think on my main account, I put maybe like $20 into the game at this point. The monthly card is a pretty good deal too.
Yeah, I've done that. I've bought that.
I'll attempt this last battle here.
I guess like all of these games, it's where you see the value as to what you think's worth doing, and certainly everyone has their own price point or whatever they're willing to spend. But there's certainly nothing forcing you to do that, which is really good in this game. It's you either do or you don't. It's not going to
See, here I'm running into a problem because my configuration, I cannot get anything that doesn't have a red arrow somewhere. So sometimes you just got to take one for the team. So we'll line this up, do it manually, and see how we do. In early levels, red isn't necessarily horrible, but as you get into the higher levels, red's really bad.
Yeah, I know. Certainly in a lot of the early battles, I didn't, really didn't understand the whole battle formations and all that sort of thing, and really didn't change very much at all. And it wasn't until a certain level boss that I was stuck on, and then it certainly does make a big difference with how you all configure it.
Like what I tend to do a lot too is if I see a side that I'm particularly weak on, like as my special abilities pop up, I'll like pop them over on the side that I know I'm weak on to kind of help bolster that side. You know what I mean?
Yep, definitely.
I mean, in these battles, I've found that sometimes the difference between making it 3-starring it and not is just changing the position of one of your characters to either back to front or up and down or whatnot. So don't go around and swap everything as soon as you lost. It may just be the 1 or 2 characters that you need to swap. That makes all the difference.
And don't do like I do sometimes, like with my healing ability, I light up and get excited and I pop it, and then I look and I'm like, oh, nobody really needed heals. So there's a lot. You kind of tend to get a little excited sometimes when you first start doing these, and you're like, oh, my button. And then you're like, oh, that was a waste. I believe that unlocked Toxic's favorite Lord Commander guy.
Not the one starting with A.
That unlocked Arslan. Arslan's a funny guy. Anytime I fight against Arslan, he kicks my ass. Anytime I use Arslan, he's terrible. So
confirm. Yeah, nothing good comes from Arslan. Not on my game anyway. So he's my he's sitting on the wall. He's the one that gets captured when I get attacked.
Oh, you should put him in your shelter, and then he'd never get captured. All right, we're gonna go ahead and complete that.
We want to get rid of him, but they keep giving him back.
Now we're gonna upgrade our castle again. Ask for some help. I think this will be our last castle that we'll probably be able to get done in the time that I allotted for the stream. Yeah, because we only got like
Yeah, I'm ready for a coffee.
I do 2 more Weirwood encounters, and then we'll speed that up, and then we'll probably call it. But, I mean, as you can see, it's extremely easy to get to castle level 10 in the course of like 2 hours. That's why sometimes people when I look at people's castles, and I'm like, and I see they're level 6, I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
Don't forget to put us in.
Oh shit, I did. Oh well. I didn't even check my. Yeah, I did check my formation. This is an in-between battle, though, so it doesn't matter. Oh, I can go ahead and put this on auto too. Watch, I say it doesn't matter, and watch me die.
Wipe the floor with you. I would like to see some blood in these battles, but I'm sure it's probably a general rated game or something. So, but the odd pool of blood here and there wouldn't be a bad thing. But anyway,
You want to see heads roll, do you?
no, not necessarily.
He wants to see the decapitation of Ned Stark.
I do like the magic and the abilities and stuff, though. It does look pretty awesome. So, graphically, it's a very, pretty's not the word, but it's an attractive game. There's
Pleasing.
a lot going on. Yeah, a lot of detail, and it certainly runs nice and smooth. And I've had a few, connectivity problems and that sort of thing, but nothing. Nothing.
I mean, in my personal opinion, you can definitely tell these guys take pride in their product that they're producing.
Yeah.
And everything is communicated many times.
Yeah.
So it's very different to other games that I've played.
What might those games be?
I know one of the other things that we talked about was that, if there has been compensation for maintenance or whatever, or there's something that you haven't clicked, it's still sitting there. It hasn't disappeared. It's not like a, obviously there's time limited offers, but if you've earned something and it's yours type thing, it stays there, if that makes sense.
And even if it was a bug that never affected you, it's just that they found it, they'll tell you about it, and they'll say, there you go, have something for nothing.
Yeah.
It's the entire difference of valuing your customers and taking your customers for granted. In my personal opinion, anyway. I mean, not to say though that this company doesn't come up with some crazy dollar numbers either. Just like, there's a couple guys that if you want to, the quote unquote pay to win guys, if you want to get them and get them fully maxed to legendary commanders and whatnot, it's like $5,500. And it's like, okay. Like, I know a list of commanders I won't be getting.
Yeah, I mean, it is the state of online gaming. it is what it is.
I mean, every company needs to make money, you know.
Yeah.
It's just how they make that money.
Yeah.
So, and you got to have fun. And if I have fun, you know, I like to play the
Yes.
game. And if I like to play the game, then I'm more inclined to spend some coin on it.
Oh, you know, I probably should have totally leveled up our asshole son or Arslan, whatever you want to call him, because he's like level 2.
Yeah, it's all about value for money and what you're actually getting for your entertainment.
Oh yeah, he died already. So this is definitely not going to be a 3-star. Oh, that was totally my fault, though. I just got click busy and wasn't thinking. I'm blaming on you guys talking.
Sure.
Why not? Because someone's going to take the blame. Might as well
I
be
know.
RB.
I was gonna say, all I know is it's not my fault. That's all I know.
I'm an official fall guy.
My Windows Explorer is really starting to lag kind of bad, too.
You know, I always liked this battle. The first time I saw it, I'm like, oh, wow, a battle in the throne room. How cool. I don't care if I win or lose. It's in the throne room. That's awesome.
Yeah, unfortunately for Rob, he never made it that far.
Neither did Arslan.
He made it to a wedding, and that was about it.
Oh, well. Probably saved him years of unhappiness anyway.
And just one more thing on speeding up. Don't just always use the generic tokens. There are different kind of speed up tokens. You got research speed up tokens, and you got troop speed up tokens. You got repair tokens, and God knows what.
Yeah. Troop healing token.
Use the ones for that task first before you use the generic ones. Because the generic ones you can use on everything, with the specific ones you can only obviously use on one specific type.
Oh, this is a painful battle. I lost 2 guys. Must remember to level up my people.
Just too click happy.
Indeed. But I have 12 stars, so I can open that up. I can collect my gold dragons and my spirit of the weirwood tree. I can actually go ahead and promote Arslan. Oh, what's it saying? Insufficient items. You know, I've noticed that. That's weird sometimes. But hang on, let me look. I've noticed sometimes it's okay because he uses 2 of the same thing. Gotcha. Which is kind of weird, but I actually uses 2 of the same thing down here too. All right, so he's beyond level 2 now. So hopefully, if I try to do that again later, he'll actually live for longer than 10
You might
seconds.
get someone.
So let's see where I'm at on my castle. Let's see. I can use the 2 10-minute guys, 5-minute guy, and I can spend 764 diamonds. And I've reached castle level 10 in just a little bit. Well, you might as well say like right around 2 hours.
Cool.
Go ahead. I'll build the market. Just for fun, I'll see what's going to be required to do that. I'm going to have to get my rookery to 10. So I'm going to do the freebies, and then I'm going to set it up to just go ahead and do that for 22 minutes. And I will log out, get out of this account, and I will not touch this account again until the next stream. Well, I don't know. I might go ahead and do all the prerequisites for getting to Castle Level 11. Maybe that way when we get on, I can just do Castle 11 right away and unlock Training Grounds and show everybody what Training Grounds is all about. I might do that. As far as my main account, oops. Oh, that's up in this window up here. I got to drag you over here. So this is where I'm at in my main account. My guy is level 38. I'm working on Castle level 20 right now. I'm a little over 3 million power. And yeah, that's about it as far as my commanders. I have quite an array of them. Chris, Arya, Rob, Russell, Sansa, Melisandre, Soren, Goral, Jaime Lannister, Sheila, Varys, Meryl Peak, Arslan, and Robert. The only ones I had to spend a little bit of money to actually get, just because I wanted them, was Jaime Lannister and Melisandre. Everybody else is available for the free-to-play players. So you'll be able to unlock those on your own later. You also, free-to-play players can also get Face, and I'm not sure if there's anybody else in this lineup that free-to-play guys can get. I want to say I think almost all the rest of them are pay guys. Like Jon Snow, he's an expensive one. Like Jon, I think, I want to say Jon, Peter, Cersei, I think are all in that $5,500 one is the totally finish out category. So I think Melisandre is like $123 or something, some weird amount. And I want to say there's a couple others that are pay to get, but not that bad to flesh out. If you are going to be a spender and you really want to get involved in the training ground aspect of things, which we'll talk about later, Kevin is a really good one to get. Almost all the high level teams that you see out there have Kevin in them. So obviously there's something about him that makes him really good. But yeah, so I mean that's kind of just a basic rundown on how to get started. Then some of the top mistakes I thought that new players are probably bound to make. We also, of course, have the King's Hand Facebook page for those of you who just started, and or even those of you who've been playing a long time. We're trying to put a web Facebook page together where players can go and help players, give them information, ask questions, all that kind of stuff. As you can see, we started not too long ago. We haven't really spread the word that wide yet. We got like 50 people so far, but I expect it to grow. And you can always on Discord too go to Eric, Sean, and Pringlish's channel. They have a lot of people on there that give some good information and whatnot. And these are the guys that we're talking about that do streams every now and then. And they put a lot of good information out as well. And there's one other page I want to mention, but I don't have the URL right off the top of my head, but I know it's on the page that I posted it. So if you scroll down, you can find it.
Did we end up showing in the game where the
just hold up,
where those messages are and stuff?
Yes, we did. You can also go to the Game of Thrones Winter is Coming help page. This web page is very helpful. This guy's put a lot of effort into collecting data to tell you about different things. And he has links to all the different places I've been talking about, including our Facebook page on his page. So that's pretty awesome. And he has a frequently asked questions section. He has a calculator for researches times. And then he has guide for alliances, beginners, intercity inventory, lords, world map, etc., etc. So yeah, I mean it's another good place to check out for information too. And like I said on our Facebook page, definitely join up there. That way you can ask for help or give help to other people. But But I think that's pretty much all I got at this point. You guys got anything you want to add in ending?
No, I think that's covered a hell of a lot in the early stages of the game. So it's good. There's nothing extra in chat. So
Cool. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
I just want to mention one quick thing. There's another guy that I'd like to mention is Gaming Gent, and it's spelled Gaming DJENT, and he makes makes sort of like videos of it, and
yeah,
he's
YouTube.
pretty good as well. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Any resources to get information are always good. So
alrighty, cool. So for those guys of you who hung in there for the whole time in the live chat, thanks a lot, appreciate it. And we'll be doing another one of these again soon, and I'll let you know when it's happening, and hope to see you there. And for those of you who watch it later, make sure you join the page. The link to the page is right below the video there. And we look forward to seeing you there. Until then, we'll talk to you guys later.
bye all.
Adios.